Okay, so in this video, I will show you how to install Postman tool and how to get started with API testing as a QA. Okay, okay. And also we will send our first API request and understand how API testing works from client server perspective. Okay, okay. So let's get started. And before that, so as a QA, you know that when we do UI testing, we use browser or mobile app, correct? But when we do API testing, we do not use the UI. Okay, just to remember. So I'm saying this again because if you're absolute beginner, you should know this. Okay. So in API testing, we do not use the UI. Instead, we use a tool called Postman. Okay. So Postman helps us send API request directly to the server. Okay, so I'll repeat once again. Postman helps us send API request directly to the server. Okay, so in simple terms, we can understand like Postman acts as a client. Okay, and the application backend server acts as sorry, the application backend acts as a server. Okay, so here what is client? Postman is the client and the application backend acts as the server. Okay, okay. So now let us see how to install Postman. Okay, so to install Postman, so go to their official website. Okay, so this one. So click on this link, so and download the installer based on your operating system. Okay, so I have already downloaded Windows. Okay, so download this and installation is very straightforward. Okay, so once it is done, Postman is ready to use. Okay, so I've already installed, so I'll just open the tool. Okay, so if you're doing it for the first time, it will ask you to sign up. Okay, so you can sign up using your Gmail or yeah, some account. Okay, okay. So let's get started. So this is how the UI looks for the first time. Okay, so here you can see workspace or explore workspace, collections, environments, and here also we can select environments. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, okay. So first, let us understand workspace. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so workspace is like a container. Okay, so if anybody asks what is workspace in API testing or Postman, you can say like workspace is like a container. So here for so every project, in real time, we do not keep everything in one place. Okay, so what we'll do, so if you take the example of Amazon, so they have many workspaces, or they might have many workspaces like product management, order management, payment APIs, and user account APIs, correct? So for every module or every project, they create a workspace. Okay, so let us create a workspace for our project. Okay, so in order to create a workspace, click on workspace. So here, so click on create workspace. Okay, so here I will say shopping application. So my workspace is, I'm calling shopping application. So and I will say QA. Okay, so just leave all the fields as is. Okay, and click on workspace. So I have selected or I have created the workspace. So here you can see that shopping application QA. So this is my workspace. I have created the workspace. Okay, so here it is like, suppose script and execute is the company. So here I have different, just think like that. I have different courses, Playwright, Selenium, Robot Framework. So for every project, I'll be creating different workspace. This is how it is. Okay, so for Selenium, I'll create different workspace. There I'll keep Selenium related APIs. And for Cypress, I'll create different workspace. There I'll keep Cypress related APIs. Okay, so this is how it is. Okay, so since this is uh, practice or demo application, I'll just create only one workspace, that is shopping application QA. Okay, okay. So the next very important concept is collection. Okay, so inside workspace we create collection. Okay, so So understand collection is like a, inside collection we keep group of related APIs. Okay, so it's like a collection is used to group related APIs. Okay, okay, so it is like, I'll create a collection called, suppose, product. Okay, so inside product, I will keep the APIs related to products like, uh, get the product, create a product, or update the product. Okay, so in the collection, I'll keep only related APIs. That is what collection is. Okay, so to create a collection, click on this create collection. So here, click on new collection. Where is that? So blank collection. 1 minute. Okay, so here name it. Okay, so here it is. So here you just name it and I will call it product APIs. Product APIs. And just press enter. Okay, so your API will, sorry, your collection got created. Okay, so this one I'll just delete it. Okay, so click on these three dots and click on delete. Okay. Okay. So now I have one collection, that is product APIs. Okay, so what is collection? Collection is used to keep related APIs together. Okay, so I've created a collection called APIs. So here, sorry, I've created a collection called product APIs. So inside that, I have to keep the APIs related to product. Okay. Okay. So that it will be easy. Okay. So if someone asks, like, so execute product APIs, you can just come here and execute the collections. Okay. So it will execute only the product related APIs. Okay. Okay. So next important thing is environments. Here it is. Okay. So you know what environment is, correct? So in real projects, we do not have just one server, correct? You know that we usually have like dev, QA, stage, pre-prod. Okay. Pre-prod and production. Okay. So and you know that, and each environment has different base URL. Okay. Okay. So think like I'm a QA. Okay, so I want to do, or I'm supposed to do API testing, and the developer has deployed the build to the QA environment. Okay, so what I should do, I should come to my this one API tool and select the environment of QA. Okay, so if they say I've deployed the build to dev, so you should come here and select the dev environment and execute the APIs. Okay. Okay, so how to create environments? So click on here, drop down and select create environment. Okay, so here I will say QA, QA environment. Just press enter. Okay, and here you need to add value, variable and value. Okay, so variable is base URL. Okay, base underscore URL. This is what we usually give the variable name for QA environments. And the value is this one. For the demo purpose, I'm using this application, that is Fake Store API. Okay, so press enter. Okay, so here you can see that this is the environment we have selected. Okay. Okay, so if you want one more environment to be created, click on this plus icon and say dev environment. And here the variable and value. Okay, so variable is base URL. So since this is a demo application, so we do not have QA dev different URLs. So just to show you, I'll use the same URL. Okay, base URL, and this is the value of the base URL. Okay, So here you come here and select the environment. So I'll select QM. Okay, so what have we learned so far? We have learned that how to create workspace and how to create a collection and how to select the environments. Okay, so this looks very basic but very important. Okay, okay, so now important thing is how to add or how to create our first API request. Okay, okay, so here for that you have to come and click on add a request. Okay, so click on add request. Okay, so here this is where we give the request name. Okay, so the request name, what should I give? We will say get products. Request name, I will say get products, and this is where we select HTTP methods. Okay, I will explain this, and here what we enter the URL. Okay, so and here we click on send. So if I click on send, it will go to the application backend and it will go to the server and fetches the details. Okay, I hope this much is clear so far. Okay, okay, so as I said earlier, I'm using this fake fake store API. Okay, so this is the public API I'm using. You can use the same. Okay, okay, so I'll come here. So it is a what is that? It is a shopping application. Okay, so shopping cart application. So here it has, you know, endpoints like get products, get a single product, and get all category. So don't worry, I'll explain everything one by one. For now, in this video, I'll just show you how to hit the server and get the response. Okay, okay. So here, so I said I want to get the information from the server. So I'm selecting get. Okay, I'll explain what is the difference between these. For now, since I want to see the information, I'm selecting get. And here I have to use URL. Okay, so what is the URL? So you know that in QA the URL is base URL. Okay, so here within two curly braces, enter or select base URL. Okay, so this is the base URL. So this is how we call the a variable in Postman. This is very important, using two curly braces. Okay, I'll do once again. Two curly braces, open, and enter the variable name base URL. Okay, now I want to get the products, correct? I'll go to this and see or to get all the products. So the endpoint is slash product. I will copy this. Okay, so this is the URL. This one is URL, and in this URL, I want to see the products. So this product is the endpoint, remember. Okay, so this is the URL and this is the endpoint. Okay, so now I want to see the products in this URL. So what I'll do, I'll click on send. So it will usually, it will not take much time. Okay, okay, so we got the response. So what is the response? What you need to validate as a QA? There are many things. Okay, so this is the first video. So first, there are many things to validate. I will explain everything in detail. Don't worry. For now, to make sure that your request hit the server and server gave the response. So what response it has given? It has given this response. Your first validation should be this status code. Okay, so 200. Okay, so 200 okay means you have got the proper response. Okay, the API is not broken. Okay, and here you got the response. Okay, so it is not empty, you got the response. Even if you get empty, it doesn't mean that it's something wrong with the API. Okay, so I will explain everything. So what you have understand, just inside the collection create a request, and in the request you have to select the HTTP method and enter the URL and the endpoints. Okay, then click on send. Okay. Okay, so important question is here, very important thing is, so how do we know that this data is correct? Okay, so what data we call it? We call this response data. Okay, so remember this is called response data. So how do we make sure? Okay, so as a QA, this is what our duty, correct? So make sure everything is correct. So how do we make sure this is correct? Okay, usually what we'll do is we will execute the query in the backend. Okay, so it is like select start from products in the database, will execute the query, and that query will execute, sorry, that query will give us some data. Okay, so and what we'll do is we will match. So what we will match? The data returned from API. So this is the data returned from API, and it should match with the data presented in the database. Okay, so when both are matching, then it is sure that, so we can say that API is working correctly. Okay, so this is how we validate. Okay, so I hope this much is clear. So still you have more to learn and understand, and don't worry, I'll explain everything clearly. Okay, so we'll stop now. If you think you learned something from this video, please do subscribe and like my video. Okay, so thank you so much for watching.